What's something you were told as a kid that turned out to be a horrible lie? Growing up, I was always told my older brother ran away with his friends. That story followed me my entire childhood, but deep down, it never made sense. I was about 8 years old when it happened, sometime in the late 1980s. I remember coming home from school and sitting down for dinner like any other day. Halfway through the meal, my father calmly told me that my brother had left home while I was at school. He said it like it was nothing. Then he warned me not to ask questions and definitely not to look for him. I felt crushed. My brother was my hero. We watched TV together, rode our bikes for hours, and shared secrets kids usually don't tell adults. The idea that he left without saying goodbye hurt more than I could understand at that age. When I asked my dad if my brother would ever come back, his face went cold. He said, "Probably not." That sentence stayed with me for years. The next day, I saw my father cutting down my brother's favorite tree in the backyard. When I tried to stop him, he snapped at me and said he needed the wood to send to my brother. That made no sense, but I was a kid, and kids are taught to accept what adults say. Days became weeks. Weeks turned into years. 10 years later, I was working at a small grocery store when I saw my brother's old best friend walk in. My heart started pounding. I finally had a chance to get answers. I asked if my brother ever contacted him or lived nearby. His friend looked confused, and then uncomfortable. He told me no one had seen or heard from my brother in over a decade, and as far as they knew, my brother never ran away. Before I could ask more, my father walked into the store. That night, I searched my brother's old room, but found nothing. Feeling defeated, I flipped through an old sketchbook we used to share as kids. That's when I found them, small folded notes hidden between the pages. They were addressed to me. Each note described terrifying abuse, beatings, being starved, being tied to a tree as punishment. The last note begged me to call the police. It said he was scared my dad was going to kill him. The next day, I went straight to the police. With the notes, testimonies from old friends, and my own memories, they reopened the case. That evening, officers came with me to my house and arrested my father on the spot. At the station, he confessed. He admitted he had beaten my brother and hidden his body inside the tree, the same tree he cut down years ago. He had searched my brother's room for evidence, but never thought to check mine. I moved out that same day. Now, years later, my father is up for parole, and I plan to fight it. Not just for myself, but for my brother, who never got to grow up.